Good afternoon. Today we are going to, I'm going to show you how to make oolong tea. Now, oolong tea is different from green tea or black tea. It's called a semi-fermented tea or a semi-oxidized tea. It means the same thing. When you talk about the word fermentation, it implies that there is alcohol formed. But in the case of tea, there is no alcohol formed. It's a conversion of polyphenols. But it's loosely termed fermentation, but the proper word would be oxidization. So that's what we have to keep in mind. The degree of oxidization of oolong teas can vary between 40% to about 70%. That makes the color change from greenish oolongs to the darker oolongs, and that has to you have to bear that in mind when you ask for a oolong tea or purchase an oolong tea. There are several varieties of teas that come in between that range of oxidization. So what I'm going to do today is a greenish oolong. It's a green dragon oolong from Taiwan. Taiwan is very reputed for high-end oolong teas, and this one is a tung ting type leaf style, and it's very greenish in color when you look at it. When you look at it over the against this white backdrop of the ceramic uh, saucer, it has a greenish hue, and that is very common in the greenish oolongs. Now, in the case of a Wuyi oolong tea, which is more oxidized oolong tea, it'll be darker in color and more like a black tea. Not exactly a black tea, but more brownish visually. So I'm going to start this process by um, using this glass teapot. As I mentioned in earlier videos, I like the use of glassware to make tea, because you can actually see the leaves unfurling, as you will see in this video. So here's the glass infuser, and I'm going to weigh out 4 grams of tea. Why you ask 4 grams of tea? Because this teapot is for 2 cups, and each cup is 8 ounces, so that's a 16-ounce glass teapot. It's available on our website as a conventional 16-ounce conventional glass teapot. So because it has 16 ounces of water, and for every 8 ounces of water you need 2 grams, so we can use 4 grams. But there is another secret to oolong teas. Oolong teas can give out multiple infusions, so you're not just using one extraction and then throwing the leaf away. So in the case of oolong teas, you can even do a higher concentration. So we are going to do 6 grams this time. I'll show you why. 6 grams, exactly 6 grams. Here we are. All right, and water temperature. Very important. Water temperature is important for all teas, but for oolong teas there is a variation. The green oolongs would require anywhere between 160 degrees to 170 degrees, or 175 degrees. So I'm sorry, 175 degrees to 185 degrees is the right temperature for oolong teas. The darker oolongs can go up to 195 to 100 and maybe 200 even, because they are more like a black tea. They impart different dynamic when it's in the water, and for this purpose we are going to use water at 175 degrees. So it's getting close to the green tea range of water temperatures. So very carefully we will fill the teapot. In this case it has to be done in stages because otherwise it will overflow very quickly. There we go. And we'll put the lid on and set the timer for 4 minutes. All right. So the beauty of this being infused in a glass teapot with a glass infuser is that you can actually see the leaves unfurling. It's a very pretty sight. And let me open this, open the shades and get some sunlight into this room, and you will see how much nicer the tea becomes. You can see that how bright the colors are, and also you see the leaves unfurling, and that's the beauty of using a glass teapot, especially for oolong teas, especially for tea leaves that are larger. Just not so important if you're using a dust type tea or a tea bag. But when you're using a beautiful tea like this, a well-made tea, it's nice to brew it in a glass teapot for everyone to see. So this is the Green Dragon Oolong. It's available on our website. It's one of our better teas, and we will continue to watch this and observe the water turning darker in color as time processes. As I said, these oolong teas will vary in color, not only in the appearance of the dried leaf. The dried leaf could be, now I think you can see it better because there's more light. There is more light in it now. There you go. It has a greenish hue. That's the important thing about a green oolong. Let me put that back. Yeah, okay. So the water will get darker in color, but not as dark as it would be for a higher oxidized oolong tea. A higher oxidized oolong tea will become really brownish in color, orangish brown in color, but this will remain like a greenish, like a green tea, and that is normal, and that's why we use a lower degree of temperature also, so that it doesn't get overbrewed. And once again, we just take it out gently and put it back. Makes for the tea leaves to unfurl and give out its flavor. See how the leaves are getting large, very large. The leaves are unfurling, opening up completely. This gives you an idea of what the actual tea leaf in the field looks like. So when it's completely opened out, it will not have these wrinkles. It will be completely flat and open. But it takes a while for that to happen. And you can always gauge whether you can get a second or third infusion by looking at the wrinkleness of the tea leaf. So we are approaching 4 minutes. So I'm going to take this out now. There we go. Put it on this, well, you can see that now. See how much more in volume it has uh, grown. it's it has really opened up, and that is what what water does to the tea. The water gets absorbed into the tea leaves, and the tea leaves expand and give out its flavor. And look at this color of this tea. Just look at that. It's pretty beautiful. It's really beautiful. And so we can now pour some out and taste the tea. And again, I get a beautiful aroma coming right up to my nose. An excellent tea, excellent color. And when I taste it, what do I expect to find? I would expect a very floral, smooth taste, very floral, because it has an aroma of flowers. There is nothing added to this tea. This is a very natural tea. It's the skill of the people who process the leaves um, to be able to get that flavor coming out, and that is where I applaud and congratulate the people who make these teas, because it's their skill. Of course, taking into account also the climatic conditions, the hybrid, the cultivar, in other words, the type of leaf that they are harvesting, and also the soil conditions in that region. All of those contribute to the quality and flavor of this tea. Cheers. Delicious. It's really, really, really smooth. Excellent. Let me tell you a little bit more about this tea. These teas are grown at a higher elevation, and the oxidization depends on, of course, the climatic conditions. On a rainy day, there will be mist and cloud, and therefore the oxidization will be not as uh, flavor inducing as if it's a dry day with very bright sun and clear skies, uh, with maybe dew on the ground, which indicates that there has been a very dry night. And most of these teas are made during the night or early hours of the morning. And the skilled people who control the manufacture not only control the quality of the leaf that is harvested, but from the time it is brought to the factory, the way it is withered, and the way it is rolled, and the way it is oxidized, and then finally the way it is fired in the furnaces, everything adds to the quality and flavor of these oolong teas. Like all teas for that matter, but these oolong teas are extra special because they are very, very flavorful, extremely flavorful. And this is one of my favorite teas, and I would like you to try that. So please check it out. It's a good tea. Cheers. I'm going to show you another video. The next video will be about we are going to make a second infusion out of this tea. So let me do that, and I'll turn this off for now.